immortal isn't the oldest trick in the book. Sure, it comes with its perks that kind of outweigh a lot given what the situation is. But at the same time, main characters don't adopt that style that often, with protagonists preferring to blast everyone to bits in a matter of seconds at most. Today, we're bringing to you characters who choose to keep it low-key, amazing not only the rest of the crew but the viewers when it was time to put their skills to test. Brace yourselves, for we've got one hell of a list with characters ready to make your jaws hit the floor as hard as they can. 10. God Eater, 13 episodes. You know an anime's worth all its hail and praise when none other than the glorified Ufotable is behind its production. The very title that quenched our Attack on Titan thirst back in the day. God Eater is one of the titles that need no introduction, wielding god arts that are literally the coolest weapons we've had in anime so far. The Aragami are going to be in a world of hurt if they keep up their race, wanting to conquer all that belongs to humanity in the first place. Sure, Lenka might not look like the best any action anime has seen to date, but don't be counting the man out, cause a God Eater is all he needs to slice some of those monsters in half without even batting an eye as to what he just dealt with. The animation does the action justice in a way that's unparalleled for making it a title you won't be watching just once. 9. Fee Brain, Kami no Puzzle, 75 episodes. A different Kaito than the little bean we know and love, Phil Brain Kami no Puzzle knows how to bring that infamous Riddler from Batman in the anime universe. I mean, it's not every other day that we get someone like Kaito uncovering the mysteries and providing us answers to these riddles that only some sadist group can come up with. With the POG being one of the most annoying bastards any other show has seen to date, and with the stakes raised so high that death is the only thing waiting for you in case you failed at cracking the code, the show doesn't play any games while still playing nothing but games the entire time. Solvers being added to the mix later on, and Kaito getting competition here and there adds more depth to the series as a whole, since seeing him pull those 500 IQ maneuvers on everyone else just gets old soon enough. 8. Gotta be the Twin Tail, 12 episodes. You know, if I were to tell you about some titles managing to land a spot in my weirdest anime of all time list, then Twin Tail would definitely be popping off if not topping the list altogether. I mean, how do I even start with this one? It's so out of the ordinary, so out of the blue that it actually manages to end up as something that none of us should miss out on. I mean, it's almost unhealthy how far Soji takes his obsession and fetish, making us get creeped out at times. But the faithful shall be rewarded, as they say. The anime giving him an opportunity to be one of the very ones to behold such affection and dedication towards, even if it's a trade that's not going to work in his favor in the long run. Now, having to go up against the once threatening Mother Earth, allies are all but welcome in this fight against some of the ugliest creatures anime has seen. 7. The God of High School, 13 episodes. If you come up with an anime where fighting and fighting is the sole purpose every other character has in his or her life, no matter what they're actually fighting for, having op characters who keep up appearances isn't something that wouldn't be obvious from the get-go. But Jin Mori sure defied the norms in this anime, where almost any fighting style in existence came together to kick some ass that's definitely not theirs. Having stars for eyes and an easygoing attitude that could give Monkey D. Luffy some tough competition, mistaking him as someone who just obsessed with fighting without having the skills to back him up wouldn't qualify as foolishness, even from the most foolish of characters out there. But wait till he puts those kicks to good use, since when he starts to dance in your face, time just starts ticking on you real quick. 6. Unlimited Psychic Squad, 12 episodes. With espers like Kageyama Shigeo and Saiki Koso not leaving the stage after achieving success like that years ago, it's getting hard for someone underrated espers like Kyosuke who aren't any less by any means. Fighting for a righteous cause, having started at the abyss without blinking even once, and now ready to burn all that made him experience those sights. The guy's sole cause in life is to save his own kin, to make sure espers aren't treated the way humans did to him. Even though he looks like someone out for everyone's throat and blood, the boy's got a good heart, and peace and happiness for everyone is the motto he's been living with since day one. Now with a bunch of like-minded allies coming together to make his dream pose a reality, Follow the guy and the faces that make his group Pandra as they show you some of the best power-ups and Esper skills any anime has delivered before. 5. Tsugumomo, 24 episodes. Do you know what a Tsukumogami is? Don't start looking it up on the internet now, for we've got a whole show to explain what that world packs in itself. With Kazuya showing us how love for your mother is undying and everlasting, wanting to give the guy a big hug isn't something that only you thought of while you tune into the show. But when a wig starts attacking you all of a sudden and you can see the Shinigami waving at you from afar, things sure start looking gloom and doomed in a heartbeat. But that day has come when the treasured Obi would start looking after you, transforming into something you never could have imagined yourself prior to that day. That was the moment that changed Kazuya's life for the better, since now in a world where fantasy and folklore define all there's to life, just how exciting can the world become because of something as absurd as that? 4. When supernatural battles became commonplace, episodes 12. Imagine being in the middle of a normal meeting, and all of a sudden, you're all blessed with something that humanity can't even dream of on its best night. How the world works in anime. But Jirai might not have been so lucky, since receiving the shortest end of the stick isn't something you aren't bothered with. With every other member bringing god-class abilities to the table, and with them flaunting and boasting, making you feel like Lady Luck hates you to the very core, life's sure hard. But is that really all there is to it? You sure those flames don't have a purpose? And are there just to light some candles only to fail to do so later on? Find out in an anime where the title makes it super obvious what you're signing up for, preventing things from seeming oblivious from the get-go. This one's hilarious, that's for sure. 3. The Daily Life of the Immortal King, 15 episodes. Chinese animation and op characters seem to go hand in hand with any of us being able to name more than just a few this instant. But the daily life of the Immortal King takes things to the next level, since that Immortal King isn't someone you've crossed eyes with before. Wang Ling is straight up invincible because of the anime buffing him up to no end, starting at such a young age that the term head start doesn't quite cut when talking about the power-ups the guy has gotten since birth. But he's always had something else in mind as he grew up. Finally, at the age of being one of the students of the high school, he hasn't looked forward to even once. But life has a lot more to offer, even to the Immortal King himself, since realms and power-ups aren't all there is to the Earth we know and love. Find out whether his life takes a turn for the better or the worse as he comes across faces in this new chapter of his life while tackling and combating what he's been a part of since day one. 2. Chain Chronicle, The Light of haecceitas, 12 episodes. It's hard to imagine what your emotions would be when it's revealed to you that the world you thought you were part of doesn't even belong to you in the first place. Set in the land of Yigoto, where it's hard to tell a friend from a foe, things are starting off in a way that none of us foresaw. But is the proclaimed peace really everlasting? Sure, the kings of their men are here to tackle any situation or calamity that strikes the nation, but unforeseen circumstances are right around the corner, especially when we're talking about an anime like this where the video games already spoiled it all for the most of us, with Aram and a bunch of others adding to the charm of the series while bringing their own unique set of skills to the table to prevent things from ever going stale or redundant. Chain Chronicle is one of those underrated titles that definitely deserves a lot more attention. 1. The Evil is Part-Timer, 13 episodes. Well, it isn't every other day that we have Satan himself working at your local McDonald's, and when duty calls, he's there to become the Demon Lord himself, fighting it all to save the Earth that he's grown a little too used to. Sadao is a force to be reckoned with, since the ones who know him from the previous life are well aware of what the guy is truly capable of. From weird pictures appearing in the mailbox to unexpected everyday situations that are as alien to the Demon King as it gets, the devil in a part-timer is truly a blast from the past and a title that has aged well even in an era where everything seems to be super drunk on isekai and fantasy. One of the best character mixes you can ask for. I couldn't recommend the show more given it's such a complete journey that you just can't miss out on it. So these were the top 10 anime where Op MC shows his true power during battle. Let's know in the comments what your favorite pick was. And in case we missed something super good, since we'd love to hear from you guys. Also, tell us in case you have an interesting video idea in mind and would love to make a video on it. Make sure you like the video, subscribe, and turn post notifications on so that you don't miss out on an upload again. Till then, goodbye and take care.